There we go. There we go. All right. The dumpster. Okay, let's check inside the house. Oh. Oh, that's not good. How are they planning on getting that down?
Hello, Clean My Space Nation, and welcome to our new home, the new Clean My Space HQ, and to the very first episode of Dream Home Reno, a new series here on our YouTube channel.
Normally you know us for all of the cleaning videos that we put out, and of course we're gonna keep doing that because the world needs to be a cleaner place, and we are gonna contribute to that as much as we can. But because we got this new home, because we knew that we needed to renovate the home, and because we knew we were gonna run into a whole bunch of ups and downs during the reno, let alone a bunch of decisions, a bunch of drama, a bunch of interesting characters that we met along the way, we thought it would be really fun to take you guys along for the ride, film it, create a little video series, and have you guys kind of be a part of this whole change. So if you haven't done so already, make sure that you subscribe to the Clean My Space channel to get our cleaning videos, but to be a part of the Dream Home Reno series as well.
And without further ado, why don't we get into what the before looked like before all of this craziness began. We'll kick things off in the great room. This was one of the first rooms that we fell in love with as far as this house is concerned. And it has a real fireplace, so that's pretty awesome. And it used to be two rooms. The existing owners actually made it all into one room. That's why you see that beam down the middle of this room. And also it has these huge windows which allow in so much sunlight from all angles and also gives us a great view of the backyard.
Okay, we're going into the formal dining room. Now in our old house, we didn't really have an eat-in kitchen. We only ate in the dining room. So this is kind of like a new thing for us because we get like a fancy, special, like big person dining room.
And what about that chandelier, everyone?
That or the window treatments? Those are not, neither of those are staying. Okay, this is the hallway overlooking the staircase. We're actually planning to get rid of those railings and of course that chandelier, maybe those shutters too.
As you can see, the stairs are fully carpeted, as is every other square inch of this house, but again, big plans there.
This is the front entryway, and we would really love to redo that front door at some point, but the tiles for sure, those are going. You can see just off to the side over here, this is the west wing of the house, if you will. We've got some French doors leading into the hallway where all of the bedrooms are, and the linen closets and the bathrooms.
One of the things we like about bungalow homes is you kind of have these wings and these French doors which separate the bedrooms from the rest of the house.
Okay, this was the most horrifying part for me, full stop. Carpets in the bathroom.
This is a guest room.
It'll probably end up being, no, it will end up being a nursery for baby number 2 when he or she arrives at some point. Don't get excited, guys. It's gonna be a while.
And here's nursery number 1. This is going to be Riley's new room.
Well, it's not really a nursery anymore. She's a big girl.
I guess that's true.
And you've got a nice linen closet there, a little hallway over here leading into the bedroom, a closet on either side. And this is the master bedroom. 2 giant windows, some shutters, bright blue carpets just for good measure, and the bathroom is right there in the far corner.
We were lucky enough to have a large master bedroom in our old house, and the same continues with this new house.
We have lots of great ideas for this space too. You guys are gonna love the makeover.
And speaking of great ideas, this little room in the back, yep, that's our master ensuite. And while this was actually renoed rather recently, we kind of have some slightly different takes on what this room should look like.
And we're gonna share it, which is gonna be horrifying. I hope we stay married.
Oh my God. September 13th, 2018, day one of Dream Home Reno, and we have perfect weather.
Now, I wasn't there that day. I think I was a little too scared to go on the day of renos, or maybe I had some work stuff going on, so it was just you, and Luke ended up showing up to help you film.
You sure did. 6:30 in the morning. Some people have arrived. As you can see, there's a few cars out front. There's a massive bin on the driveway. Let's see what's been done so far in the carpeted bathroom. Well, looks like bye. Goodbye, tiles. No more tiles. Well, starting to get there at least.
And that tub from 1985.
That's gonna go too.
And those counters, bye.
Back in the master bedroom, and you will see there's something going on with the ceiling. More about that in a minute.
See, that's why I didn't want to go. This is what would scare me.
So not only is the carpet going, not only are we replacing the ceilings, but all of the moldings and trims are getting a
trim.
Ah, well done, Melissa. Yeah. That's right, we're getting rid of all of the trim and molding in the house and replacing it with something a little thicker, something a little more modern. Back into the guest/kids bathroom.
Give these guys a raise. Like, taking those tiles from 35 years ago off the wall could not have been easy. And every time I look at something like this, I always think about, oh my gosh, what is the cleanup job gonna look like after this? Best part of the day, best part of the day.
Speaking of cleanup jobs, these gentlemen are doing the Lord's work right now, taking out the carpet in the bathroom.
Now this I find so cool. You know, we bought the house, it was all finished, but here we are, we're just tearing it down to the studs. It was sort of overwhelming to see. And even here, you know, this bathroom was just done in 2014. Now, one thing I should point out is we tried to reuse as much as we could. We're saving the vanity in the bathroom, not the counter or the sink, but the vanity. We are definitely saving.
Here's the bin on the driveway. We are only getting rid of things which are 100% garbage. Everything else which is usable will be going to restore. Now let's head back into the bedroom and talk a little bit more about that hole in the ceiling.
Because this really led to some more serious problems.
See, this house had popcorn ceilings. That's that little crinkly, crackly look to the ceiling, and we wanted smooth ceilings. We also wanted to put pot lights in, which means we needed to take the ceilings down as opposed to scraping all of that popcorn off of the ceiling.
Well, it was just a more efficient way to do it. But when they initially started with that hole, they found that the plastic and the insulation was a bit of a problem.
And it wasn't going to be strong enough to actually keep the insulation in the roof where it should be. The plastic essentially just started bowing.
So we had to make a game time decision, and this is what happens with renos. Like, these things, they're unexpected, they're not budgeted for, but they happen. And you, as the homeowner, just have to be willing and able to make that decision on the fly.
That's right, we were 2 hours into the first day of our reno, and we were already faced with such a massive decision.
And it was an expensive decision. And these guys didn't expect it either. It's not anything that they planned for, so it was extra time for them, which meant extra bill for us.
So the decision was made, we needed to march on, and the decision was, let's continue to take down the ceilings and remove all of the insulation from all of the rooms that we are renovating.
So essentially, these guys went to town. They ripped down the ceilings, they sliced open the plastic, and all of the insulation, the old 1985 insulation, just fell to the ground. Chad called me and said, it looks like you're walking on the moon inside of our new house.
There was insulation everywhere. And this was just the bedroom, which means we have to do it everywhere else in the house. I don't know if I would have the patience for a job like this.
I do have to say, these guys were quite brave, and I do want to give a special shout out to personal protective equipment. This is where it really comes in handy.
It was very important to be wearing masks for a job like this. And another thing that you'll notice while these guys are working is they were being as clean as they could while they were working.
Well, they knew who they were. They knew who they were dealing with.
That's very true. Piece by piece, section by section, these gentlemen went through each and every square inch of roof and removed it.
Now the cool thing was we could actually see the rafters in our house. We could see what it looks like without a ceiling. That's a unique experience. You don't often get that. It also gave way for the electrician to see what was going on up there as well. And we'll talk about that in a future episode, but that was actually quite handy. Now at one point I did ask about getting the ceilings raised, but we were told that that really wasn't doable. So we just kind of put that idea to rest right then and there. So this is what they were doing all day, huh?
This is what they were doing all day.
So you and Luke were just chasing these guys around, filming them, going through each of our rooms, ripping down the ceilings.
It's really true. It made for some really cool footage.
Yeah. I guess it's good I wasn't there because I would have been a nervous wreck the whole time. Excuse me, are you being safe? Are you using a 2-step ladder? It's really good that I wasn't there, actually.
It's true. You never much think about how much insulation you have in your ceiling until you have all of that insulation on the floor. And another thing that's quite interesting is when the insulation is not in the ceiling, the ability for the house to regulate the temperature is really thrown out of whack.
Oh my gosh, it was sweltering when I ended up going. Oh my gosh.
So I think that's where we're going to end this episode of Dream Home Reno.
It was quite the cliffhanger.
A bit of a cliffhanger, but that's the way these things work. If you'd like to see how things turned out, you're gonna have to wait until the next episode.
Let us know what you guys thought about this episode and the Dream Home Reno series in the comments down below.
But before we go any further, we would like to take this opportunity to thank some of the people and some of our friends and companies who made this series possible.
There were companies that stepped up to the plate when we reached out and said, hey, we're working on this project. Do you want to help us and support us? And they were like, yes, absolutely. A huge thank you to Armstrong Flooring. You guys will see literally the most stunning floors you have ever seen installed in this house. We also got a major hookup from Home Depot who helped us put a couple of rooms together in this space. Can't wait to show you guys those rooms. Obasan Mattress Company provided the most incredible mattress to us. You guys will see that in the bedroom reveal. We got incredible window coverings from Shadeworks. We also have a lot of smart home products from Best Buy, and Canadian Tire hooked us up with paint and a bunch of other things that we really needed around the house. And there were so many other companies that pitched in as well. We'll be introducing them to you throughout this video process, but it is so important to us that we honor them because without them, this whole thing wouldn't be possible.
If you would like to learn about any of the companies that are working with us to make this series possible, you can visit our source guide, which is available at cleanmyspace.com/dreamhomereno.
Thanks so much for watching. We hope you absolutely love this series, and we'll see you next time.